Hey there. All right, let's get rolling here. In this video, so we've kind of modeled the basics of our submarine. So in this video, we're going to start making it look better as far as colors go. We're going to make it look a little bit more rounded. And in the next video after that, we're going to start doing the animating. So we're actually going to make it move in its various parts. So let's jump into it. So we've got our periscope, all our variety of things here. I'm currently in wireframe mode as well as in edit mode. So as we're editing these or editing the objects, we actually want to be in object mode. So make sure you're in object mode. I'm going to press the tab key to ensure that I'm in object mode. And I also want to, because I want to see the colors I'm going to go into solid mode, which is Shift Z. And again, if you're my student, you can go to the document. That's right here. That gives you all these keyboard shortcuts. I'm going to go pretty quickly here, okay? So first thing I'm going to do before I even get into rounding these out and giving them color is name them. You'll see up in the top right-hand corner, I haven't actually gone about and named everything. I've got the periscope and the sub body, but I haven't gone ahead and changed the rudder or anything. So if I click on these, so here's the rudder. So periscope's done. Here we go. This cube that has now been selected, you can see the light haze over it. I'm just going to rename it. I guess you just double click on it. There we go. And I'm going to call it rudder. There we go. And this guy here, the propeller, you can see it's got a haze over it. It's called cylinder. I'm going to double click on it and just call it propeller. That's just going to help me be a little bit organized. So we've got a periscope, propeller, a rudder, sub body, etc. And let me just go to the perfect orthographic right view. That won't actually matter. Now you can kind of choose your own colors here. We're not going to quite get into colors yet. First of all, run around this stuff up. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do, excuse me, what I'm going to do is go into an editor here. So let me just focus on the body first. And on this right-hand panel, I'm going to go into something called the modify panel. So these are I guess, tools and workspace settings. So I'm going to go here. Actually, it's the wrong one. I'm actually going to go to the wrench. Okay, so the wrench is called the modify panel. So this is the context modifiers. We're going to add a modifier called subdivision surface. What that does is it takes the number of polygons that you have and it multiplies and it makes things smoother. So when I do that, there you go. You can instantly see that it became smoother. Now what I'm going to do in this case is just play around with it a bit. We're going to make the render for all of the objects going to be turned into a 3. You're not actually going to see a change in the render. Viewport is what's going to actually change it. So if we up the viewport, it's going to get more and more rounded. So we're just going to go with let's just make all the viewports be 2. So we're going to go to all the objects, maybe except for we're not going to do the rudder in the back here, otherwise it will round it up too much. But most of the objects we're going to make the viewport 2 and the render 3. Let's just try that out. So there's the submarine body. Now we're going to go to the periscope on the top. We're going to add the modifier again called subdivision surface. We're going to make the render 3, and we might as well make the viewport 2. It'll increase that. Now you'll notice here that it kind of, because it rounded it up, mine's not in the actual body, so we're going to use the move tool and move it downwards into the body, okay, just to make sure it's actually in the body and will look good. So let's finally get into the propeller here. Now the propeller, it might not look good. We'll find out here. So if I do a subdivision surface, if you do too much, what happens is the actual propeller, the back, doesn't look terribly good. It actually rounds it a little bit too much. So I'm going to maybe go into I'm questioning it. That looks okay, so I'll just leave it at that. So I'm going to do a render of 3 still, but a viewport only of 1. And again, it's up to kind of your tastes, but that kind of looks good to me. Okay, so it kind of looks like a propeller still, and there we go. So the next thing we're going to do, and the last thing in this video, is just add some colors to these. So it's up to you what you choose to add as colors. You can be creative if you want to. Select an object. I'm going to select the main body. And to add colors, we're going to go into, I just have to remind myself here, I believe it is right here, the material editor. So we're going to go to material editor. We're going to click on new. So just open up the new panel here, and it's under base color. I don't know what all of this stuff does. It's up to you what you choose to do. You can increase specularity, which makes it a little bit more shiny, etc., etc. I'm just going to double click on base color, and you can change how bright. So if you want like darker tones, whatever they happen to be, that's up to you. I'm just going to go for a bright, and make the body a classic submarine yellow color. Okay, and just do that with all the objects. So make them. I'm just going to make them kind of primary colors plus green, but it's up to you what you choose. Okay, so I'm going to go now to my periscope, click on new, and maybe I'll make my base color for my periscope just a bright blue color. Okay, have some fun with it. My rudder in the back, I'm going to make a red. There we go, and I'll make the propeller a green. Okay, that's all up to you. Alright, so I have named my objects. I have added a subdivision surface, so all the objects look a little bit more round. And I think at this point in time, we are done this particular video.